Huh?
Did the Skipper Canteen kick our butt or the Sun kick our
The
butt?
sun. Skipper Canteen wasn't that bad. I only had 1.5 drinks. They were little drinks. They weren't even beer. It was fine.
They were little drinks.
They were little drinks. They were little glasses. Little cocktail glasses.
Filled with alcohols.
Yeah, whatever. It's fine.
Hello and well. Oh,
say hi to Corv.
Yes, Corv.
Corv!
Hello and welcome to the ParkStop podcast, episode 53. My name is Alicia Stella. With me, as always, is my co-host, Ian.
Hey, kids.
Today, we are talking about Universal Parks news and rumors from around the world, but mostly Orlando. And
I thought you were going to say theme parks in Orlando, but mostly Universal, since we're going to talk about other stuff.
Essentially, yeah. We're going to talk about all of the news happening at all of the theme parks around the world, but mostly Orlando and just Universal.
Mostly Universal.
But yeah, we have to mention the breaking news that Star Wars Galactic Starcruiser will have its last voyage at the end of September, closing permanently as of October 1st, 2023.
Valiant effort.
Everyone's asking what everyone's thought is on this, although by the time this comes out, no one will have cared anymore. There'll be 1,000 videos on YouTube. You know what's interesting is that October 1st, is that not the beginning of their fiscal year over at the Disney?
I think it is.
Yeah. It's very interesting.
Have we reached the point where everybody laments the hotel now that they didn't get to go to? Are we in that part of the Disney fandom yet?
I've always loved the harmonious barges, and now that they're gone, I miss them so much.
I do not miss them at all.
I make the joke, but I never had a problem with them. Everyone knows that.
Yeah, but we all know how I reacted the first time I saw them in person, so we're good.
What did you say? Oh,
I walked around the corner, I just went, nope.
Nope.
You were laughing, so you laughed pretty hard at me.
Yeah, it's bigger in person, yeah. So Star Wars Hotel. Moving on. Star Wars Hotel, is it out of nowhere? I guess it is, because...
Is it?
The thing with Disney, especially Walt Disney World, for me, is that they tend to never want to admit failure. This is just my perception of things. Like park reservations. Like they could just say, we don't have any, the park reservations are gone starting January 1st or whatever, but they're not. Instead, they're like, you don't need it on this day, but also if you have this kind of pass, you'll need it after 2 p.m. on when the equinox is the four planets are aligned with Saturn. It's very confusing. But it's because probably of pride, I assume. Like they're too proud to say park reservations are no longer needed, or we don't like we kept it going too long. So instead, it's like
pride. I say arrogance.
Okay, yes, there you go. Like they don't want to admit failure, and then yet here it is that they're closing this entire thing like a year and a half. I don't know when it opened, but less than 2 years after it opened, and that is. Out of character for the Disney.
Say what you will about Fast and Furious, but it's still here. I'm just saying. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Now, and unfortunately.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. I think I didn't actually get to stay there. I'm probably not gonna. I think the cast all looked awesome. I think the hotel was in general was too expensive, as most people are parroting and saying. Like I agree with that. I think they should have just put it in Galaxy's Edge in the first place. All the restaurant and the cast should have been there instead. It probably would still be here. It has some
cool stuff in it.
It does,
but the price of admission,
not cool enough
for what I care about in it, is not worth the total experience for me. So I did not prioritize it. I understand some people did, and some people said they were still saving up money for it, and they're really disappointed now they'll never get a chance. But that just goes to show how expensive it is.
Yeah.
That you have to plan years in advance of saving. And by the time you would go, I was expecting them to change it. Like they're introducing new characters, they're introducing new interactive experiences. They're like something to get people to return who maybe enjoyed it the first time. But I mean, that is a lot of money. And most people, I'm sure it's a once in a lifetime thing, but it had its fans that would actually go more than once. And it is for sure an experience. The thing is, for me, I actually like, it stresses me out. Like I was in drama in high school. I don't know if you're aware of that. I never bring it up, but
shocker.
I was not good at memorizing my lines. But I wanted to be in plays, and but then when it became time to do the play, I was like, oh yeah, I don't actually know any of the lines, and I just have to like wing it. And it was
Of course.
the worst. Like, I developed stage fright just from the like fear of not knowing my lines. The idea, like, if I meet someone, I'm getting somewhere, I promise. If I
Uh-huh.
meet someone in person and
I'm
like,
here.
hi, my name is blah blah blah, I shake their hand, and then 6 seconds later, what they had just said leaves my body, and I
Uh-huh.
completely forget their name. The idea that for like 48 hours, the main characters of this experience has to know everyone's names, know which side that their allegiance is, and who they did what with, and not like, and then delete it all 48 hours later is, it's a feat that I can't even process. And they have to make, it's like one thing to make a magical moment for, people in the theme park who spent hundreds of dollars to be there. But these people spent thousands of dollars for these 48 hours, and they have to be perfect. And they have to like get as much of the experience as possible. It's just all on the shoulders of entertainment and the cast members. And it's not that many people in the space cruise to pull off all of this magic. And it's a lot. It's a lot
It
to ask
is.
of people. And I know that the people that do it, the cast members, they're sad because they love it. They're living in this world. But at the same time, I feel like the executives have put too much on them to carry the experience.
I agree with all that. It's pretty impressive what they're able to do, but again, people that we know went and said they would love to do it again, but not for that price point. So I think all of it was just a lot.
Yeah, for me, like, I would love to go to the dinner show and the restaurant and try the food, but I can't. Like, the price of admission to go to a restaurant and a dinner show, I would easily pay a couple $100s to go to a dinner show and get all that food. I would not pay
Yep.
a couple $1,000s. So the barrier for entry for one part of this experience is not worth the total package for me.
Yeah, and also if this was a restaurant in the park instead, and you're charging a couple $100s for every show, that still generates more money over time, I would think.
Yeah, and you don't have to worry about having an actor have to be on for 2 full days,
Yep.
pretending they're living in space and be
Yeah.
these characters and interact with everyone in a very personal way. It's a neat experiment, and I think they're kind of like putting it that way in their cancellation notice. That,
Yeah.
like, we tried something new. Like, they even said specifically, it has been praised by our guests and recognized for setting a new bar for innovation and immersive entertainment. Gave us an opportunity to try things on a smaller scale of 100 rooms, and we will take what we've learned to create future experiences that can reach more of our guests and fans. In other words, it was an experiment. We really, like, it was interesting, but from now on, we're going to stop catering to only 100 people. like,
Yep.
because maybe it was a little too much for too few people.
Yep. I think a restaurant is a better idea, like a really, really well done restaurant with a little show that's from the hotel, like kind of idea generally, and then
Well,
do
if you
that.
had a restaurant open all day for lunch and dinner,
Yep.
and you incorporated some live entertainment on the stage, those actors only have to do that one stage show, not the in between and the beginning parts, and like the character arriving with her assistant and in the lobby and having all these like side conversations and things. Like, you could just focus on the entertainment. That's fine. You're going to lose that personal touch. But you know what? Those people that go to see that dinner show, when they're done, can go ride Rise of the Resistance and get more out of their day than just this one very specific tailored thing to
Yeah.
them.
Well, they could have other people too in the crowd. Like, you could have somebody play the character of like a manager of the place walking around and
Well, they
stuff
could
and
still
have
do
some
the
fun
Chewbacca thing where
interactions.
you have to distract
Yeah.
by having something happen before everyone gets their food served to them, and like incorporate some of the show elements. Sure,
You could even have
but
a fight at the end of thing. Like maybe somebody busts in. Maybe the dinner
well,
show gets interrupted.
I think the
Things
land.
go
Well,
horribly
actually,
wrong.
that would be cool. But I think the land with the Kylo Ren and Rey fight, like they did for the like opening day media event, that is in the hotel, would better serve the land instead of just Kylo wandering around and Rey wandering around. Like,
Yes,
I feel like we
please.
get the prequel in the land. Like, here are characters wandering. Here's one fixing a ship. Here's one looking for someone who's fixing a ship. And then nothing ever comes of it unless you pay $6,000. Like that, like maybe we bring the show, but we only do it at night, like when it gets dark. So the lightsabers look really cool. Like,
Yeah.
I'm cool with that. You built the catwalks, do it. So yeah. And also the Yoda hologram needs to be put somewhere. It's really neat.
Yes, please. Yes, please. Can we save that?
Put it in Savi's, whatever. Incorporate all the tech and the entertainment and the songs, everything into the existing Galaxy's Edge.
Put it in the dinner
Um,
show and build me my restaurant.
the shape of that restaurant is right there. They just have
I
to
know.
build the walls. Take all of the interior structure from the Galactic Starcruiser's cafe restaurant thing and put it into where behind Oga's. We've got it. We built it already.
Exactly.
But it's just I had no desire to stay in the tiny room. I had no desire to like do the side quests. Like, I don't care about the lightsaber training or the video game esque like bridge training. I just kind of wanted to chill in the bar and see the nighttime show and the Kylo Ren show. Like I Ray show.
I
So
want to eat restaurant and bar and show
blue
is fine
shrimp.
with me.
Bring us the blue shrimp. It's
I don't.
not.
Nobody. I don't want shrimp. You have shrimp.
I want the blue shrimp to go with my Minions blue rice.
So I mean, I kind of, as a Star Wars fan, I wish it worked. I wish the price wasn't ridiculous, and all the actors, you're just awesome. So I can't imagine doing what was done by those folks. So hopefully they do the restaurant thing, but they won't. So.
I hope the right lessons are learned from this and not the wrong ones. I hope that
I don't know.
I don't want.
We were just discussing the arrogance of Disney. I don't know.
I don't want the world to give up on highly like specific, tailored, themed experiences. I think that like I don't want people to come away from this going, oh, I guess people don't like really immersive experiences and
Yeah.
high quality LARPing experiences. No, I don't want that to be the lesson. I want the lesson to be that we can't cater to, and I don't want to say super rich because then everyone would be like, well, I'm not super rich. I don't want them to cater to only people that can afford to do these things, is what I mean.
Yeah, I don't. That kind of gatekeeping for that price was a little ridiculous.
Like make a luxury hotel that like people who like luxury hotels will spend extra money to go stay at a luxury hotel. But don't put like normal cool theme park stuff into a luxury hotel pricing scheme because then I can't go eat blue shrimp.
Yeah, I know you blue shrimp. I like I said, I was hopeful for this, and I really honestly don't like trashing Disney, but they keep disappointing me in some ways. So it's kind of frustrating for me.
Yeah, but there'll be bonus days we don't need reservations starting next year.
Yay, you mean almost back to normal? Thank you so much.
But they're not normal days. They're special bonus days
Yeah,
where things are normal, but only on bonus special days.
I'm gonna say this right here. The reservation system, again, has nothing to do with crowd control. And if you don't believe me, go to Magic Kingdom any day of the week. Has nothing to do with crowd control.
This is supposed to be a Universal episode. Now I have to change the title. I have to change the title. Well, I was going to say, I actually forgot to make a park reservation for Magic Kingdom yesterday.
You did.
All people who railed against this system and said like, so what people who don't visit Disney all the time are probably not going to know they have to make a park reservation. And I go and my Magic Band lights up the blue blinking and I'm like, oh no, what did I do?
See, it can happen to you. It can happen to anyone. Imagine someone who doesn't come all the time.
If it happens to me, because I made an ADR, I made an advanced dining reservation for Skipper Canteen, and then we were waiting for you to get your annual pass upgraded for Saturdays. And I guess I must have been just waiting for you to do it.
You told me to do it,
and you made your park reservation.
You told me to, so I did.
I just assumed that I had done it already.
Yeah,
because I usually do.
Even those that know can mess up once in a while, and that's not good for business.
So at least they had availability, and like the cast member was nice with the iPad. It's like, oh, I can make you a reservation right now. Thankfully, there was one available.
And to be clear, yesterday was pretty busy.
Yeah, I think there's always one available now. That's why they don't need this. If it's going to be like one of the 3 days a year that it's super busy, then give people a warning on the website or something.
We need to get rid of that. There's too many reservations at Disney. There's way too many.
Okay.
Okay. Yep. Universal. We moving on? Can we go?
Yeah. Yeah. I've come around on Galaxy's Edge. I kind of love it now. It's like my favorite hangout with friends.
It's okay.
We're going to do that on June 2nd. We're going to be hanging out all day. It's okay, but
we're going to melt.
We're going to die in the heat. We're going to die. We're going to literally die.
We are. We're going to melt.
But I like it. It's nice.
I like it.
but I like being able to go and eat at Docking Bay 7 and only have to worry about the price of admission of a theme park, which is already expensive on its own, and not having to stay the night to go eat a certain type of food.
Yeah, well, you don't get blue shrimp there, so
No, but then he took away my other shrimp too. The shrimp salad's
hey,
gone.
we can do the we're gonna be there all day. We can do the bounty hunter thing for a little while.
Yes, I have the Magic Band Plus, although mine's not Star Wars related, so I'm not it's not going to fit the theme of my bounting
Mine
outfit.
mine's black. It fits the theme of everything.
Yeah, well, there's a new. Okay, all right,
Hmm.
all right. Poseidon's
Okay.
Fury closed.
Yeah, Lord Darkanon one. Is that how you put it to me?
Yeah.
Sort of.
Oh, yeah, that reminds me. There was new trademarks for Epic Universe today.
Ooh, but we're not there yet. We're at Poseidon's Fury.
Yeah.
Uh
So Poseidon's Fury is officially closed.
huh.
And I only mention this because we
Goodbye.
did a whole episode on Poseidon's Fury before it closed. But now that it's actually closed, they took down all the signage from the entrance. They took down some of the railings, and they turned the water off in front of it.
That's sad because it looked cool up front, but
Yeah. But it's
it's a really well done front entryway.
they did not waste time. They took that sign down overnight as soon as it was done. They don't want anyone asking, "What's this?" As if people won't ask, "What's in the giant building right there that looks really cool?"
Yeah, what's in that cool entryway that we can't get into now?
It's just theming. But I only wanted to mention it on this episode to just say Zelda.
Yeah, Zelda. Mhm.
Zelda.
But not, unfortunately, not boat, as much
But
as I
not
want.
boat. Yeah, which
much
is
as
what
I
we
wanted.
guessed last time. But I kind of, I, it's a rumor, but it's a rumor I believe. Like I think Zelda's a good bet. I still think it's 2027, which is what the plan has been to replace Lost Continent. I just think it's going to sit for a year or so before they really start. There are no permits for demolition for Poseidon as of yet, although I didn't check today. So, of course, the permit office is going to make me a liar when this episode comes out. There's no work walls up. They just blocked the entrance and exit, and they took down all the signage. I don't think anything's happening for a little bit, but I do think that it is going to be Zelda, and it'll probably open in 2027.
I do wish that since it's going to be so far out before they really do anything, I do wish they could leave the front water on because it does look nice.
I wonder if that's part of the issues that the building has.
I'm sure it is.
And
It's
that
got
it's
to
just
be
not worth it for the decoration if you don't need it for the ride show.
Yeah, but I mean, even the front, even just like walking through that entryway is cool. So I wish it was running. I mean, they didn't have the last time I went, they didn't have the water in the front of the building coming down those steps, that kind of step thing under each face.
I don't think that's ever had water. I think
Yeah,
it's
it
supposed to
does.
look dried, isn't it? It's supposed
No,
to
I
look
thought it
like
had
it used to
water
have
coming
water
down
in the
it.
past.
I thought it had water going down it. Now we're gonna
All right, leave a comment on this video if the seahorse faces were always puking water or not.
Yeah, now I have to go look. I
Because
swear
I
they
think it was
used
painted to look like it used to have water and that it doesn't anymore. You know, like the
maybe.
giant statue crumbled and
For
fell
some
apart.
reason, I thought there was water coming down there at one point when I was there.
Have you noticed that The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom has sold 10 million units in its first 3 days, making it the fastest selling Zelda game of all time?
No, but that does make me believe further that Zelda's coming.
Yeah. And the timing of it is suspicious.
Don't be suspicious. Oh, sorry.
What's suspicious is that there's you have a perfect opportunity for an announcement of Zelda.
Yeah, that is weird. They could have done it right then with all the sales.
If this
and
was
everything.
Disney, they'd be standing on the steps of Poseidon, and the second it closes, fireworks will go off. Link would step out and be like, "Listen, y'all."
But again, this is Universal, who notoriously does not really announce things until right before.
Right.
So,
Yeah. But speaking of Nintendo adjacent properties, The Amazing Adventures of Spider-Man is closing at Universal Studios Japan.
that's kind of surprising a little bit.
It's surprising that it's happening and that rumor from 2021 might actually be true. That Pokemon's taking over the Spider-Man ride
Which
at
is
Japan.
so weird, but yeah.
It's very
sure.
weird.
Sure. Let's go.
Let's Pokemon go?
Let's Pokemon go, for sure. Let's
So
go.
this attraction is closing forever January 22nd, 2024. I have to say right now that it will not affect the original version at Islands of Adventure, and that the contract in Japan was not, I wrote down infinite. I like that. It was not infinite. It was not in perpetuity. That's the word. The way that ours is here in Orlando. So instead of just renewing, it looks like they're like, okay, you know what, Disney, you can have it. Go for it. Build whatever you build their Marvel Avengers campus in Disney Tokyo Sea or whatever. Sure. I doubt they would do it there though.
Hope not.
Do you think they will? Do you think they'll build Avengers campus at Tokyo Disneyland?
You know what? They might, but I hope not. It's not at sea. They
No,
might, but
no. They
I
just did the
hope.
Fantasy Springs expansion. It hasn't even opened yet, so I doubt they would do it there.
The only reason I say I hope not at seas is because apparently nothing is sacred anymore as far as theming of whatever park you're going into. So
welcome to Disney California Adventure, home of Marvel and Pixar. Welcome to Hollywood Studios, home of Pixar and Star Wars. Welcome to Disneyland. Star Wars is here for some reason.
Welcome to Epcot, where we have Moana in the front neighborhood instead.
Welcome to Epcot and or Animal Kingdom, where Moana will probably be at both for some reason.
Randomly.
And they're both water attractions.
So odd. It's so odd.
But anyway, Universal Studios Japan, they're actually going to have like a big celebration for 6 months leading to its closure with like special event stuff and special foods and stickers and merchandise.
I think if they went after the Orlando version, there would be legit like riots. I don't know.
Yeah. I still think it's like the best attraction of all time.
It's still really good. And I think it still does pretty well for like waits and stuff. The queue's always pretty decent.
They also announced that Terminator 2 3D Battle Across Time and the Backdraft show are permanently closed. They haven't reopened since the COVID closures. So they just kind of verified that they're not ever coming back. And that I was thinking about it, and the T2 show, I think, is in the New York area along with Spider-Man. So it's possible the entire New York section of Universal Studios Japan could be Pokemon'd.
Pokemon, nice. Is it weird that the thing I remember most about that Terminator show is that Michael Winslow did like most of the effects of the things that are in that,
like all the sound effects?
Yeah, there's
the
a
beeps
video.
And the boops.
Yeah, the beeps and the boops and the flying drone things and all that stuff.
Huh.
I saw a video of him once talking about it. I don't remember where I saw it, but
okay,
it seems like another reason to be sad about it. I don't know. I like Michael Winslow.
And then Backdraft, I think, is in the San Francisco area, which if you look up what attractions are in San Francisco, because it's not supercharged, I'll tell you that.
They don't have to suffer like we do. That's not nice.
Well, I think theirs is all Minions land. Like, I don't think they have much San Francisco left.
Tokyo Drift, I'm just saying.
And yeah, we'll get to that later. Now that you mentioned that. So I wonder if Backdraft could be replaced with more Minions or Illumination stuff, and they just go all in on the Illumination land.
Are they going to get the Stan Grew attraction then? Is that what you think?
Probably. Yes.
I'm sorry. I apologize.
I mean, they could get pets, but I don't. There seems to be no desire to clone the pets attraction, and they already have the Yoshi ride. So the Stand Grew, as it were, might be a good one to fill the spot.
It looks so good, though. The Pets ride looks so good.
I do want to say that the Pokemon rumor for replacing Spider-Man, which, by the way, it was first reported by Theme Park University, which their website is no longer up. So I don't know. I don't think that Josh is going to be doing. I don't know if TPU is coming back or not, but I do want to give credit where credit is due that Josh was the first to ever report on this rumor. And that article said, I think it was 2021, the article said that it would be augmented reality glasses like Mario Kart, and keeping maybe the Spider-Man layout and the screens or some of the screens and making it interactive somehow with AR glasses. I don't know how that works.
That's weird, but okay.
That was the rumor as of 2021. Things can change, and who knows? They could have just not wanted to renew the contract, and maybe nothing will take its place. We don't know yet. It's still early.
Still want my boat, not boat ride. I'm just going to pout about that the whole episode.
We're not talking about Zelda anymore, although there was a rumor that Japan would get the Zelda ride too, or Zelda attraction. So maybe Zelda takes over New York? Can you Zeldafy New York? It doesn't really fit as well as Pokemoning.
I love how these are becoming verbs. It's great.
They're all verbs now.
Verbs.
The Pokemon lexicon. It's the Pokemoninator.
Oh no. Oh
the
no.
Pokemon anywhere with the Pokemoninator. No. There's no
so delirious.
We're all sunstroked here.
We're going to be on camera in like 2 hours, too. It's going to be
true.
silly.
It's true. The Pokemon's only been in the parade so far, I believe. The No Limit parade, which debuted. When did that actually debut? It got pushed back, so I can't remember if it was the end of last year or beginning of this year. But it's happening now. The Pokemon Company, Universal Studios Japan, announced a partnership a couple of years ago, and they said that they would be unveiling new entertainment and attractions at Universal Studios Japan in the future. So it stands to reason that, yes, this could be. They still have Donkey Kong coming next year, though. That's being built right now. And
that's the news, because that looks fun.
We don't have BioReconstruct flying over Universal Studios Japan, but
I'm gonna need you to go to Japan.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Just imagine it looks like the one Epic Universe, but 6 months ahead of construction. They're getting ahead of us now.
I'm just gonna go win the lottery, and then I'm gonna take Bio to Japan,
because their temple is painted gold just like ours, but they're starting to get some more theme. Like they have the like their false track has the slats that make it look like mine train track now.
Yay.
What else is next? Oh, Universal Orlando. That's weird. We never talk about that place.
I never heard of it.
We made it 30 minutes without talking about it. That's kind of amazing.
We talked about Poseidon, so.
Darn. All right, so I hurt my hand. I snapped so loud it hurt. Universal Orlando has revealed new details for Minion Land opening at Universal Studios Florida sometime this summer. That's all we're going to say is just sometime this summer.
The very end of this summer.
What is the end of summer? September?
I have no idea. Something like that.
Yeah. Well, so December. And Minion Cafe got tons of a cool photo, like concept art and food photos. And have you seen the food photos? They have you seen the Otto's noodle bowl with the little
I did.
upside down bowl? They're calling that. I didn't realize that part of the menu is called the Despicables. Despicables.
Oh man, so good. Ridiculous.
How did I not put that in the video?
I don't know, but it's so ridiculous. Of course, you're laughing at it. The
Minion Cafe replacing the Monsters Cafe. I didn't realize it will have an express window with a limited version of the menu, so you can get stuff without going inside and being bombarded by too many minions.
Too many minions.
I also didn't realize that the Agnes's soup is like a recreation of her soup from one of the movies, the second one, I think.
Yeah, because people are like, at least it looks like the soup in the movie.
Yeah, because that's why I was making fun of the gummy bear being in it, but the whole point is that it looks exactly like she made it, and she's a child. But the characters in the movie like keep spitting it out because it tastes so bad. I'm like, is that the best thing to model your food after?
I don't know. It's probably the first thing we're going to try because there's a gummy bear in the middle of it, so it's probably weird.
I want the steak and cheese ray sandwich.
I do want the steak. I like steak and cheese sandwiches.
Cheese ray? I said freeze ray. We did make jokes that they were going to have things named after wrong things, so there you go.
There it is.
And you know what? You know what's interesting too? They also had the thing that has the little, I don't know if they're smiley fries or if they're chicken nuggets, but they had the little Minion nugget things. Mm-hmm. With why is all the bread waffles, by the way? Whatever. It's a grilled cheese sandwich on waffles. They're calling that because what?
I don't even know. Okay. I was just gonna say because Minions. I don't even know.
Well, that's what it says. The story of the restaurant is the Minions have taken over like the kitchen. They decorated everything. It's all there, and the Minions are not good at their job. I don't know if you've noticed in the films. Yeah. Remember when they killed Dracula? Like Happy Birthday. The first thing they do is open the drapes, and it's like, how long have they been on the job with Dracula? They should know that. Okay, so anyway, the mini boss's Mega Melt is part of the mini Minions menu, and like not many Universal restaurants have a kids menu. Like none of them do, I don't think, because they're trying to get you to not only buy the full size meals for everyone at your table, but they don't tell you that you can get a burger without bacon and toppings. Like they try to push the big main burger on you, and they don't tell you can get it without it. They don't tell you you don't have to get the combo with the milkshake. They don't tell you you can get it without fries. Like the menus are always trying to. So it's nice to actually have a restaurant with a kids menu for once.
That is pretty cool.
Maybe Seuss has kids menu. I don't know. I don't go in there too often.
Yeah, I have no idea. I don't really do a lot of quick serve. So.
They also announced Bake My Day, Sweet Shop, Freeze Ray Pops, Pop Banana, banana flavored popcorn stand, and the
Weird.
Illumination Theater, all of which
Weird.
I definitely have not been mentioning constantly nonstop on social media. And did we talk about it in the podcast? I don't think we've done a podcast
I
on it in a while.
don't
So
know, but I've been hearing about it. It feels like I've been hearing about this stuff since we started the show.
I mentioned it in articles, and I don't think I made a big news video about it. Some people are like, wait, I haven't heard about banana flavored popcorn. I was like, that's because you don't follow me on Twitter, because I haven't shut up about banana flavored popcorn in weeks.
It's true.
But it's good to know that, because when they moved Super Nintendo World over to Hollywood, they have the superstar shaped and the Mario Kart shaped popcorn buckets. But no, they did not take peach caramel or mushroom flavored popcorns from Japan to Hollywood. So I was worried we wouldn't get banana flavored popcorn with our Pop Banana stand.
Well, at least we're getting your banana popcorn. So
You're not going to eat banana flavored popcorn?
I'm going to try some of yours and then probably not eat it ever again. But
I'm going to love
we'll see.
it.
We'll see.
Whether it's good or bad, I might like it more if it's bad, honestly.
You have a popcorn thing, so yeah, and
That's
bad
true.
food thing, so
That's true. This is like a match made in heaven.
Yeah,
I love
it's
bad banana flavor. It's
totally
the best runt.
totally yours. It's all you.
Illumination Theater meet and greet space
Single-handedly keep that place together, huh?
is where where the Donkey and Shrek meet and greet was. They made it look like a theater marquee, and it's going to have not just the Minions, Gru, Margot, Edith, and Agnes that they already have the costumes for, but they're also going to add Sing characters, so they can technically call it an Illumination Land with Rosita, Gunter, and Johnny.
Cool.
I saw the second one finally. They're decent movies. If you don't mind a series of music videos strung together with a thin plot, they're great movies.
Yeah, they're fine. I don't know. I don't hate them. I just don't ever feel like I want to turn them on either.
And in case anyone was wondering what else could make this possibly be called Illumination Avenue, the press release says guests can also discover murals, photo ops, and more throughout Minion Land that celebrate additional characters from popular Illumination films. So there'll be photo ops. There you go. See, it's an Illumination Avenue.
Cool.
There's photo ops.
I feel so much better about life now.
Well, if you want, we can devote another 20 minutes to whether or not Production Central technically exists anymore.
It does not.
Because that is the online discourse, at least in the Facebook group.
It does not.
It does, though. That's what the collection of sound stages are called.
It does not.
It's Production Central, where you produce...
Now it's Minion Central.
What do they make now? Live
Minions.
wrestling shows, I think?
Yeah.
All right. And Halloween Horror Nights house, like, haunted houses.
Things.
Like 5 of them are being used this year for Halloween Horror Nights.
Yay, Halloween Horror Nights.
Well, 2.5 because they split them down the middle. Anyway, let's talk a little bit about Minion Blast before moving on to something.
Stan Grew?
I'm still looking forward to it because it's not Shrek 4D.
The artwork, I admit, looks pretty cool. They did a good job with that art.
Yeah, this new poster looks really neat. And the poster shows the moving walkway. It looks just like the ones in aquariums and museums like we've been talking about.
They even took the time to put the little dividing arch in there for the walkway.
I swear, I wonder if it's a photograph. Like it is, like they put the actual little the luggage carrier slit. Do we have time to read I read it in the video. No, I'm going to read it. Guests can put their villainous skills to the test in Illumination's VillainCon Minion Blast, an all-new attraction where guests compete against each other in a fully interactive gaming experience that's so much fun, it's a crime.
Cool. I'm going to do it once and then just go on it whenever people drag me on it.
You know what it reminds me of?
Luggage?
Nick Arcade. You remember Nick Arcade?
Oh, yeah.
And like you'd play the arcade video games and try to get like a certain number of points on Bonk's Adventure for some reason. That like they had all these Atari licenses, so that's the only like the Lynx games was all they had access to. But then they would have the thing where you're in a video game and you have to like slap the mosquitoes or whatever with your hands, but it's just a blue screen.
Yeah.
This is like that, but we actually get to see the environment we're supposedly being superimposed into.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it'll be kind of fun. I just don't really care.
You know what? That you might be onto something. They should put that on the poster. I think it might be kind of fun.
I just don't care.
That's about as the height of my it's been a while. We've known about it way too soon.
at worst, it won't be any less fun than Fast and Furious.
At worst. We did get the confirmation that it is called the Eliminator X Blaster,
which is awesome.
just like
That's a
that
really
leaked
good name.
picture that we saw.
It's a good name.
Eliminate. It's the
Exactly.
Eliminator.
You're going to be confused on voices to use for that one.
I don't know. And I'm so torn. I'm just stuck here. Like, stand on your dot. No talk whether or not we will be standing on a dot. And that image did not include dots.
There was no dot.
Visitors can track progress on the app and customize their blaster for subsequent rides. I can talk.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, there was there was some confusion over whether or not there would be like the Spider-Man web slingers and you'd be able to buy add-ons or something. But I think what it is, and the comparison I made is the sim track at Test Track, where you design your car, but then you all get into the same car and you're testing the capabilities of your virtual car.
Well, yeah, but actually, if they do it through the app, since it's going to be, you might be able to see what you're shooting on screen on the screens, right? So
we'll
it could
all
be
hold the same white blaster,
yeah,
but your beam might look different based on
what you're shooting might be different.
How you've like
modified.
Yes, modified. Yeah, exactly. Like you can modify, just like setting up a character on D&D. You can allocate different specificities. Like maybe your accuracy can be increased whether you get more points over time, or
that's a feat in D&D.
You can change from like a freeze ray to a fire lava blaster, but like on the experience, your rays may look different.
There's no guns. That's wizardry in D&D.
Well, I meant on this thing. Yeah. You can also probably earn badges and things, or stamps or trophies or whatever they're going to call it. So like there's a reason to you don't have to, but you can sync the blaster to your app using Bluetooth. And then throughout the experience, like it changes your gun, but also you rank up.
Yep. So they're hoping it's going to have like a Men in Black effect with people in a way, but better.
I mean, if there's a high score list that like on Mario Kart, I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, there probably will be. There'll probably be a way for you to share your scores and stuff.
And it won't. And they announced it will not have a height requirement, but kids must be able to stand on their own. Grown-ups apparently don't have to, but kids must be able to stand on their own.
They know their audience then.
They gonna have this open at Halloween Horror Nights?
Oh, that would be a bad idea, but funny.
I don't think they can, because it's going to use the queue for the house in the same building.
Oh, but it would be funny.
It would be funny.
Drunk adults trying to shoot things. Great.
I mean, we'll get that during the day, too.
Yeah, we will, especially during Mardi Gras, but still.
It says more details about VillainCon Minion Blast will be revealed soon. Haha, they didn't say Illumination that time. And they did not announce an opening date. They just said summer. And I put in my video, I don't think it's opening till August. That way no one gets their hopes up and like starts booking vacations for June, because I hoped it was going to be ready for June, but I don't think it's going to be.
I don't think it's going to be ready till the very end of the summer, so yeah.
I mean, I'll be pleasantly surprised if it opens sooner, but I had heard from a couple folks, and then there was that post floating around from Reddit that someone's like, a team member told me they're not going to be ready till August. And I was like, well, I did hear, normally I don't believe random Reddit posts, but I did hear that myself as well. So
yeah, again, I'm betting end of summer.
Someone said July, so we'll go with summer.
August. August. We'll go with August. Oh.
We'll go with summer.
Okay. Moving on. What's next?
Well, if it does well, though, if Minion Blast does well, or even if it doesn't, because it was probably pretty inexpensive to make and they've already done the R&D. If it does well, they might clone it at different Universal parks. So don't be surprised to see it pop up in like Hollywood or something.
Everybody wants to stand on the luggage belt.
I mean, honestly, yeah. You see it go around on the carousel and you're like, I want to go on that little adventure. I want to know where it comes from and where it goes.
Exactly. I didn't laugh. I mean it. I always want to get on one.
Yeah, you're being serious.
I said that. I want to ride a luggage belt.
Remember we theorized that back on a Patreon podcast that I bet you Hollywood would get it. And I think we may have willed it into existence on one of our podcasts, because I think there's a possibility it could.
That wouldn't surprise me in Hollywood. It kind of makes sense. It's not a very big footprint either. So
right. So if they took something like one of their smaller existing buildings near their Illumination land, they could plop it in there.
Yep. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
Could fit right in next to the pets, I bet. Speaking of Hollywood.
Yep.
Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift. How has this not been announced yet?
I don't know. We keep talking about roller coasters in Hollywood and nothing is announced.
I mean, they closed the special effects show and animal actors. They finally got demolition permits approved and just put up work walls last week around these two stages, and they're demolishing it. And like, you know what? I say this, but then they didn't announce the Velocicoaster as an actual coaster until all the track was installed. So what do I expect? It was a churro stand for 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm expecting. Of course, they're not going to announce it, but we still believe it is Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift. And we'll talk about it more, and we'll give it its own episode on the podcast soon because there's so much going on. Did you see when they were sound testing?
Yeah, I saw some of the video. It's pretty funny. It's kind of
Someone
funny to watch.
posted on Twitter the video, like they just projected sounds on speakers like out from the hill to see how far the roller coaster screams would go.
That's one way to do it, though, as long as it works.
Yeah, like people looking around. Is there a roller coaster out here? Like, are there, those people?
Be.
Those people must be really scared of the flying hippogriff. Like this is. I can hear it all the way from here. There's also permits for a new hotel at the entrance to Universal Studios Hollywood that we haven't mentioned yet. It's all happening. I'm gonna do the GIF. It's happening.
GIF.
No, refuse. I'm old school. Yeah,
I'm correct. Yeah, the hotel, that's pretty cool. They're gonna put a hotel there though. I like that idea.
Yeah, that's like there's the permit suggests it's gonna be right in front of the park.
That's good. That's a good deal.
Very gonna like it's a good location too. You can walk right into the park, you walk right into City Walk. It's pretty cool.
That's really cool. I like it.
Like the whole thing's going to become like a big resort, but they're not changing the name. They're not going to do it. They refuse.
Not going to do it. Nope.
Oh my God. Talk about old references.
Yeah, you know, right?
That predates GIF.
GIF.
Which makes me wonder, oh my God. We're off the rails.
Yes,
we've drifted. We've Hollywood drifted off the rails.
Okay.
Are you going to see Fast X in theaters?
Probably not in theaters. I didn't see 9 in theaters either.
Did you see 9? Are you caught up?
Yeah, I've seen 9.
I think the last one I saw was 7.
Look, he caught a piece of wood on the front tire of his car to swing his car across a ravine like Tarzan. Okay? I'm just saying. We've also had The Rock lean out of his car and push a torpedo with his bare hand. I'm just saying, like, it's
Do I have to watch Hobbs and Shaw to know what happens in Fast X?
No. All you have to know is that The Rock and Vin Diesel hate each other. So.
Well, that's real life, though.
Yeah, exactly. That's all you need to know.
With that, I know.
Yeah,
Through osmosis, I know all the gossip. I just don't watch the movies anymore.
Then you're good.
If Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift is a smashing success and they close Supercharged off of the tram tour over in Hollywood, what are the chances that they would either A, clone that roller coaster at different Universal parks, or B, that they will gut the interior of our Supercharged and throw a roller coaster in there? Like, what are the Vegas odds here?
I'd say an indoor coaster is probably pretty good. I don't know that I care that much.
Well, would you rather they keep Supercharged intact? I would rather we don't
have Fast and Furious at all. So but it's a huge franchise for them. So
I teased it in my last video to see if anyone had watched the Minions video all the way to the end, and surprisingly, a lot of you all actually watched the video to the end. I thank you. But I think Supercharged needs to go. We've talked about lots of rumors, like from them trying to come up with emergency plans to replace it, and nothing has got greenlit. And I still don't think something's been greenlit. I just think that we're closer now than we've ever been.
Yeah.
I feel it. Here, you know what? Let's just say it on the podcast. Okay,
you're going to say it? I'm going
to say it on the podcast. Supercharged, Fast and Furious Supercharged at Universal Studios Florida is going to close.
Yep.
And they're going to gut out the interior of that large building, keep the queue intact, and build a roller coaster in there.
Yes, please. That's better, at least.
I don't think it'll be a drifting roller coaster like they're getting over in Hollywood. I do think they'll keep the San Francisco theme of the area.
If it's indoor, too, I don't know if they're going to have the space to do really cool stuff like a drift.
Because I think theirs is like
Well, then
their
maybe they
take on
could.
Velocicoaster. It'll have a spike like Hagrid. It'll have a top hat like Velocicoaster. It'll have drifting, which is kind of new and different. It's like their big giant thrill coaster. This would be more of a box coaster. It'll be in the dark. Maybe this will be like their rock and roller coaster.
Yeah, which is fine. That's fine.
Which is fine.
I think. Well, maybe more like a Tron, but in a car
Tron
because the
car. Got
screens
it.
and stuff. You know what I mean?
Got it.
That's what I think.
Sure. I
Yeah,
think
I don't
yes, a
know.
modern Tron is just a modern version of Rock and
Yeah,
Roller Coaster
pretty much.
with the gravity building stuff. And now, if that happens, can we get rid of Hollywood Rip Ride Rocket because we're adding another roller coaster to the
Can
park?
we just get rid of Hollywood Rip Ride Rocket anyway?
Well, I want to get rid of Supercharge too. So
we
this is
can
like
get
a
rid
two
of
for
both
one.
of them. That's fine.
It's a 2-for-1 deal. We get
That's
rid
good.
of one. We get rid of Supercharge, replace it with a roller coaster. Now we have too many roller coasters. We get rid of Rocket. We don't replace Rocket with another roller coaster because that's such a skinny little area. We'll just end up with the same problem we have now, which is fitting a roller coaster into a tiny area with 1,000 breaks is not fun.
It's not a fun coaster.
People like it.
Yeah, I know they do.
These people?
I don't know, but I don't like it. It's okay if you like it, but I don't like it. I'm okay.
Do you think that Napa Auto Parts came in and when we would love to sponsor your Fast and Furious Supercharged ride because the new movie's coming out and we are a big supporter of the Fast franchise and we want to get our product. Maybe they said that I just want to can we get product placement in the new movie? And NBC Universal is like, well, we can work out a deal.
Yeah, probably something like that. Probably more like that.
That makes more sense because there's banners all over the queue for Fast and Furious Supercharged now, and they really went all in. But there's no way they rode the ride for us before they sponsored it.
I know, and no, I don't. Do they never even go to a Napa Auto Parts. They all do their own custom shops in the movies.
Yeah, you think it would be a nitrous. Do you think? Does anything else at Universal Orlando even have a sponsor anymore?
I don't know.
Because it used to be back in the day, when I worked at Jaws, I think Hess was a sponsor of Jaws. Before that was Ocean Spray. They had sponsors back then.
I don't know, actually.
Yeah.
I never even paid it. I stopped paying attention because the sponsor thing has been kind of waning.
King Kong and Back to the Future were sponsored by Texaco.
Yeah.
They had AT&T sponsored ET forever, obviously. Even when Islands opened, they had Jurassic Park sponsored by, I think, Hess again. Hess was big in the late 90s, early 2000s.
I don't remember seeing any labels really at Universal.
If you go on the Jurassic Park ride, still to this day, there's giant green fuel tanks on the second floor right for the T-Rex. And that's because that was Hess painted on those green tanks.
Yeah, that makes sense. I just don't, recently, I don't recall any corporate labels anywhere.
So Universal's like, this attraction is so bad. Can we not spend money on it? And they're like, we'll get a sponsor. It's the first time in 12 years they've had a sponsor for anything. They throw it out. So anyway, maybe the sponsor finally rode the ride.
And they're like, no.
This is my headcanon. It's like when Kodak was like, we're sick of Figment. Can we redo the entire ride to get rid of Figment? And they're like, okay, but give us money. Okay, sure. Well, Napa's like, this ride is terrible. We'll pay for you to rip out everything here and put in a roller coaster. That's my headcanon now.
That's fine. I'm with them then. Yeah.
Thank you, Napa Auto Parts.
Thank you, Napa. Yep, for sure.
Frisco, Texas. Remember that? That's still happening.
That's a good thing.
Universal Kids Frisco theme park, kids park. Supposed to start major construction in 2024, probably open in 2026 with prep work happening in a few months. I know some folks have asked if I'll be covering it in videos like I do Epic Universe. To some extent, I will. If there's big, actual things happening, the only thing happening so far is traffic studies, which I find interesting. But if you go to the Frisco, the actual county website, you can find the traffic studies, and they have a cute little video there that tells you how it will affect the neighboring areas and what roads they'll be adding. And that's probably more than I can do. So go check out the official Frisco website.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I can't wait to see what people think of it when it's open.
Yeah, and there's going to be some changes. I don't think it's going to be what we think it is. I think there's going to be more.
Not.
There's more properties than were in that concept art. So I'm curious to see how it actually gets fleshed out, because that was still early and last minute homework that was done the night before. So we'll see how it changes and shifts as they put in real permits and plans. The Vegas thing is still happening too. There's actual construction happening for the Halloween themed Universal Vegas thing, but that construction is just for the expansion itself and not, I don't think they've started on the part where the Halloween Horror Nights-esque attraction will be. So we still got some time on that. Is there time for Epic Universe? Do we have time for Epic Universe? No, I'm sorry. We're out of time for Epic Universe.
What? Go quick. Ready, go.
Well, I was just going to say, I think Epic Universe is going to open spring 2025. Good night, everyone.
Good night, everybody.
Everyone's always asking, like, is it going to open early? Is it going to open early? I think, yeah, like one season. I think there's a good chance that they could be done one season before. And I bet you that some of the temporary cuts to the hub may be related to this. Anything
For
that hadn't
sure.
started construction yet in the last 6 months, they may be putting off till phase 2. That includes the Cassini Italian restaurant and maybe the Zephyr Market quick service food court. Those things, and like they already canceled the Meteor Burger, so that whole right side of the hub might be restaurantless temporarily, but then one or both of them might come later on. So, but that's how they're going to open the park a few months early. This is
they're cruising anyway. Yeah, it's going up so fast. It's crazy.
Everything else has already started construction, so you can't. There's nothing else they can cancel. Anyone out there thinking there's budget cuts or they're canceling stuff? Yeah, they canceled a food court. All right, get off my back.
Yeah. But, more than likely postponed because you're going to need food out there eventually. So,
well, yeah, and they still permitted a section of Cassini. So they're still planning to build something for Cassini, and they're still planning to build the entire Zephyr Market. I just think it's going to start later than they want, so they're going to not have it open in time for the park.
yeah.
But if there's anything to lose, it would probably be that stuff and not like a
for
ride.
Sure. Of course, and then there's still food you can go get in the areas, the lands. So
yeah, because there's a lot of every land has 1 or 2 quick service locations already. There's lots of small quick service locations we never talk about in windows and things. There's still a kitchen where Meteor Burger was, so there's some kind of outside thing for Meteor Burger still. Maybe they'll keep the name.
Yeah, maybe it'll still be like a burger kind of place and just outdoor quick service. So
and there was. Some trademarks. I haven't even had time to look into it yet. Someone in our lovely Discord has posted this morning, and one of them is Darkmoor Tattoo. Darkmoor is the rumored name for the village at Dark Universe.
That's weird.
And I think this looks like it's going to confirm that that village is named Darkmoor, and you can get like a henna tattoo at Darkmoor Tattoo. If it's a real tattoo shop, that would be crazy.
Yeah, no, I don't think they're going to do that.
Daddy, we want to go on the rides. Daddy's getting a tattoo. You can wait.
I'm gonna pay for a theme park to sit for like anywhere from 2 to 8 hours to get tattooed. Yeah, no, thank you.
It's probably temporary. They do temporary tattoos. They did over at the Monsters Cafe, face painting and temporary tattoos. So
it's probably going to be like a little tiny spot.
The candy store is probably called How to Treat Your Dragon.
That's beautiful. I love
there's one a gift shop named Toothless's Treasure.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Something called Frosty Moon. I wonder if Frosty Moon is going to be across from the Moon Pie pizza place.
Maybe. Sounds like beer to me, though.
Because there's supposed to be an ice cream. That's true. There's supposed to be an ice cream shop across from there. So
it's probably not, but Frosty Moon sounds like a beer place in like Monsters or something to me.
And at some point, they're going to rename Moon Pie because there's no way that they're going to get sued by the Moon Pie company. All right, so that's going to wrap up our random collection of news and rumors episode.
But mostly universal.
From around the world. Actually, we didn't talk about Orlando that much. So it actually was kind of around the world. I think we're going to see Minions Blast cloned around the world. I think we're going to see Fast and Furious, Hollywood Drift, and other Fast and Furious coasters cloned or made around the world. We'll see.
It's going to be fun.
There's things. We have a fundraiser starting in just a few days, really.
Oh, yeah, from when this. No pressure. No pressure.
On June 3rd, our ParkStop Stop Hate fundraiser will be kicking off to raise money for the Trevor Project. We'll be posting probably a short commercial here on, if you're watching the YouTube video, on YouTube. And then we have a special podcast episode, a bonus podcast episode that'll be posted on all the podcast channels in audio. But if you watch the video version on YouTube, we have actual video interviews that we did with some of our favorite guests and some folks that are helping out with the fundraiser.
Yep,
so
it's gonna be
check
fun.
that out. Yeah, you get to see us in video. I know that's exciting on webcams.
You don't want to just whenever you see my face, just cover it. It's fine. Nobody wants to see that.
But there'll be other fun stuff too. We have over 20 artists supplied limited edition prints that we're selling to raise money. We have limited auctions on eBay for different memorabilia and hard to find souvenirs from the past at theme parks. You are doing a D&D event
Yep, live
live
D&D
on the YouTube channel
with Dave Cobb
with
and
Dave Cobb.
Sterling, also known as Cryptoguts, and Julie Depew and Rob Yale, and my buddy Mike is gonna DM for us, and he's a good time. He's fun. You'll probably see him on the video for the fundraiser we're putting together.
It's gonna be a lot of fun stuff happening all throughout the month of June to raise money for the Trevor Project. And you can go check it out at orlandoparkstop.com/charity to make a donation now and enter our random giveaways. And we are giving away a ton of great things, including Little Boo plush and Little ET plush. And they're both adorable equally, I promise.
They are adorable.
We would like some shirts and things. We have tons of prizes that you can win just for donating any amount.
Y'all stay away from my Poseidon's Fury lanyard, though. That's mine.
Yeah, that lanyard.
That's mine.
That's going on up on eBay auction. You're gonna have
I'm
to have to
fight
battle
people.
for it.
You have to fight people for it.
You have to battle Darkanon for it.
No, Darkanon's that's my team. No, not battling Darkanon for that.
All right, so check that out June 3rd, or go now to orlandoparkstop.com/charity and make a donation. And thank you all for listening. We'll talk to you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
We got stuff to do now.